Hello and welcome to my How to Plumbing YouTube channel. My name is Claude Taylor. For those of you that know me, welcome back. Those that don't, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up and become a subscriber. Thank you. Okay, we're going to get started on this water heater. This is not a customer. This is a friend, actually a family member. The issue they were having, the water heater would not light. And of course, I've done hundreds of these, so when they told me, I knew exactly what it was. He ordered the part, got the part in, and now I am here to install the part for him. The brand of water heater this is a State water heater. That's the name brand of this water heater. And I do have two other videos out here. One covering a Ream gas water heater, same problem, and another covering the Bradford White water heater, same issue. Almost the same operating system, except for a few changes on the safety device. And the safety device that I'll show you on this one is much different than the Bradford White or Ream. They actually have a small little capacitor on the thermocoupling that actually goes bad when the water heater is either overheated or smothered with lack of oxygen. So once we get this apart and we start working on it, I'll show you that part. And right now I know I'm using a crescent wrench to take these bolts off. I do have a nut driver that fits that. Just right now I'm too lazy to run down to the truck and get it, but I will go get it because I'm going to have to go back down anyway. But for now we can just get this burner out the way. And you can see me struggle with this a little bit. The area in this attic that I'm working in is very tight. I'm only like 3 feet from the opening. If I'm not careful, I can fall right down the ladder and hurt myself. So I have to work real careful right here in this spot. And right now it's a little early, so it's kind of not too hot, but I can feel the temperature starting to rise. And that's the bracket that was holding it in place. You can see the gas is off. As long as the handle is facing the opposite way of the pipe, it's off. And we're going to remove the gas flex line. And we're going to cut the water to the hot water tank off. See, it's so tight up in here I can't really even stand up, so I have to do my best to get the camera in there to get a picture of the cutoff valve. I won't be able to show you myself cutting it off, but I'll show you after it's cut off. Okay, right there, it's off. As long as the handle's facing the opposite way of the pipe, it's off. And with that, we're going to relieve the pressure from the tank. Now we relieve the pressure, and there's no air in the tank, so that when we go to remove the gas control valve, we don't have to worry about water shooting out. We will get a small amount because the tank is full, but we're not going to get a heavy rush of water. It'll just kind of bloop bloop out of here, so it'll give us enough time to remove this and put the other one in place. But If you feel safer draining the whole tank to remove it, I mean, by all means, go for it. I've been doing this quite a few times, like I said, hundreds of times, so I'm pretty familiar with it and check it real close myself. And I'm using the sponge. I'm putting it down here in the combustion area opening because, like I said, a little water will come out, and I don't want any going into the the combustion chamber or on the bottom of the tank. So we're trying to do this job as neat as I can and without getting water everywhere. And this is the new gas control valve, and you can see it comes with Teflon tape already on it, so we don't have to Teflon it up or pipe dope it. We're good. And now that I've loosened the gas control valve with the gas pipe, I used it as a tool to remove it, to loosen it. Now I can loosen it with my hand. I'm going to take it right off, and we're going to put the new one in right away. You'll see a small amount of water right there. That's about it. Screw it in, and we're good. And now the gas pipe that we took off the old one, we're going to put it on this one, and we're going to use it as our tool, as our wrench to put this back on here and tighten it back down. And before I do that, I did put some True Blue. That's what the pipe dope is called that I use, True Blue. It's really good and strong and seals the pipe nicely. You can see how I used the leverage of the gas piping to twist the valve in place and tighten it down. And that was me. Well, you see right here, I'm going to use my channel lock pliers to tighten the gas flex line down. But what you don't see, I wasn't able to show you, is I did use backup, another wrench to hold it steady, to really get it tight and sealed. Again, like I said, I'm working in such a tight area. If there's anything on this video that I might have missed, it wasn't intentionally, and I apologize. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. As a matter of fact, what do you think of water heaters in the attic? Good idea or bad idea? You can see where it's cracked right there. This is part of the thermocoupling, which is different than any other water heater that I know of other than State. And once that's cracked, we know that it's damaged. And here's the new one, sealed nicely and tight. Again, this is the thermocoupling. A lot of you out there that are familiar with thermocouplings, you know that this don't exist on them, only on State water heater. That is what they use as their safety device to shut the water heater down in case any problems arrive. And if you see the other videos, the Ream and the Bradford White, you'll see that they have their own type of safety device. One is, those are not connected to the thermocoupling. You probably notice that I'm starting to breathe a little heavier. It's the day is coming on. It's starting to get a little warmer out. Um, and actually, I haven't been up here that long. It's just that the temperature's starting to rise rather quickly here. Now, again, I've done this, quite a few times, hundreds of times. Um, so I do remember where a lot of the parts go. Um, but if you're hesitant and not sure of once you before you take anything apart that you're not going to remember where it went, all I do when I get to a point like that is I take a picture of it. And when I start putting it back together, if I get lost, I'll just look at the picture and it shows me where I'm at. So that's just a little advice. Thanks to technology, we can use our phones to do that. This main burner right here that I'm holding right there in the hand, if you look at it, is no more different than the burners you have on a cook stove, where you place a pot and you're cooking things. And basically, that is what this is. This is a burner, and the water heater is a large pot that sits on top of it. And once it gets to a certain temperature, depending on where you set it, it cuts off automatically. And once the pressure of the water drops, of course, this kicks right back on. So those of you that hear that popping sound in your water heaters when it goes to kick back on, it's nothing more than a bunch of calcium on the bottom of the tank itself, the large pot, let's call it a large pot. It's just like putting overcooked rice on your stove and you put water in there and it starts to heat up. You start hearing it popping. Same difference. And they do recommend that you flush your water heater once a year. Me personally, I think if you don't do it once a year, you're asking for trouble, because if you start doing it 3-4 years down the line and you cut it on, you may have issues with the calcium buildup. So as soon as you get the water heater, you want to start that yearly process. The little brass piece you see right there, that's called an orifice. You have to have that on there. This one is made for natural gas. If you ever need to convert your water heater to propane, you can change that orifice out, and that will allow you to change to different type of gas. You can really see it's getting hot up here. I'm actually looking at the, as I'm editing this, I'm looking at the sweat coming off of me. And also, tankless water heaters. Leave a comment below. What do you think? Do you like tankless water heaters or the conventional one like we're working on right here, right now? The pros and cons. Now, the little red one right there where my thumb is, that little red rubber piece right there, that's called a grommet. And we're going to it's kind of hard squeezing that grommet into place, but once it's in place, it's good because it keeps the combustion area nice and sealed tight, so that this is actually designed to keep gases from flowing out the bottom of the tank. If you remember the old water heaters, they didn't, you can get access easily right to the bottom, but now they've sealed the bottom, and you can't get access unless you do what I'm doing here and take it all out. Okay, now we got that grommet in place. And usually when they send it in the box, the new parts, the grommet is in the spot where it needs to be, so don't mess around trying to adjust it. And that's just another rubber piece similar to the grommet. Again, just to keep the bottom sealed. And again, it's really hard for me to try to bend over and get a bird's eye view of this because there's no room. There's no room for me to actually, I can, but it's very uncomfortable. What you can see now, I'm trying to get in a position where I can get a better angle and make it a little easier to work with getting this in here. I'm trying to get it up over the bracket that's in there, but I can't actually, like I said, I can't see it. And you definitely want to get it in the bracket so that it could rest properly right up under the tank like it should. Don't just try to put it in there any other kind of way. Make sure it's in the bracket that it belongs in. And okay, this time I have my nut driver with me. Actually, this is like a 8-way screwdriver. It has so many different parts to it. The flathead, Phillip head, 5/16 nut driver, another nut driver, and it actually even has some star wrench parts on it. So it's a really good screwdriver. And that's, you just heard, that's me turning the water back onto the tank. And I turn the water on before I finish, just in case there's any issues while I'm working on the tank. I'll be able to address it. The middle one right there, where you see my hand, that is the main burner. That's where all the gas goes, to the main burner. And this one here, the one right there that I'm getting ready to hook up, that goes to the pilot. That's the gas to the pilot that keeps it lit. And all of these tubings, you want to be careful as you bend it so that you don't kink it and cut off any gas supply to the unit. So you just kind of bend it slowly. The same with the thermocoupling. And the thermocoupling is the one that we're going to put them on next. And here's the thermocoupling. And the purpose of the thermocoupling, it's actually a current that runs through the thermocoupling, electrical current that runs through there. Once the pilot is lit, the pilot burns up against the thermocoupling, and that causes the thermocoupling to create a small current of electricity that operates the gas control valve itself. And that's the purpose of the thermocoupling. So when you do go to light a water heater, you always hold the gas supply down for at least a minute or so. It allows the thermocoupling to generate some electrical current to control the gas valve, and once that current gets to going, it's automatically on its own. And this is another thing that could prevent your water heater from being lit if you have a thermocoupling that is not tightly connected up and top into the control valve. There's the old one. So what I'm going to do with the old one, I'm going to take the old igniter, because the new assembly didn't come with a igniter switch. Okay, the new control valve is a little different, but that's not a problem. We're just going to squeeze it, the igniter switch. We're going to squeeze the bracket so to get a little snug in place up here. And now we're going to connect the igniter wire that sparks the light into the chambers of the water heater. And again, this is another thing that you would like to check. If you can't light your water heater, if there's not a connection here, you're not going to get the water heater to light. So just pull back this little rubber piece that I'm pulling over and check the connection. It's very rare that that happens, but it does. Okay, the gas is back on, and what I'm doing here is holding the gas knob down, allowing a little gas to get in the chamber, and now I just click the igniter 5 or 6 times real fast, and that should get it lit. Normally, in this case, I would look through the glass to see if it's lit, but again, there's no room for me to hold this and look down in there, so we're just gonna hold it for a minute and hope that it's lit. And again, while we hold it, the reason we hold it in place for a minute, hold it down, is so that the pilot light can burn against the thermocoupling and generate enough current to keep it going on its own. Okay, good. It's lit. Now the main burner's on, and they're set. I'm gonna take this camera and I'm gonna kind of pan the little area that I was working in to give you an idea how tight the space was. You can see it right there. It's probably no more than 3 feet to the edge, so I can easily fell it over if I wasn't careful. And right down here, and that wouldn't have been good. And you can see how when I stood up, that flexible duct was right there at my head, and I couldn't hardly get into there to cut the water heater off. Again, my name's Claude Taylor. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber, become one. Thank you. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Have a great day.